Hey everybody, it's John DePietro, and I want to welcome you to another edition of really the show about, we used to call it the show about nothing, but now it's really the show about something, and it's about some people that are doing great things during this crazy, crazy time period that will be, you know what, put down in the history books as a time when everybody lost their way, but some people found their way. And with that being said, let's welcome our guest, Andrea Castinetti. Andrea, welcome.
Thanks.
You know, we talked, was it a month ago? Was it 6 weeks ago? It's kind of like in a warp as far as time is concerned. And you were just in the process of trying to raise some money to buy supplies for people in the medical profession. Tell us what's going on since that time, Andrea.
Yeah, so honestly, I have no idea when we talked. I don't even know what day today is, but it was probably in the very beginning stages, probably almost 5 weeks ago. So 5 weeks later, we've surpassed our goals. They've been blown away. We have 2 fundraisers going right now, and we've raised almost $60,000 in the last 5 weeks.
$6,000.
Nope, 60,000.
6 with a 0. 2 0.
Yes.
60, comma, O.
Yes, $60,000.
$60,000. Okay.
Yep, our original goal was like $10,000, hoping we would hit it. And we hit that in like the first day pretty much. So we now have 2 fundraisers going. One is a GoFundMe and one's a Facebook fundraiser. So we've hit both of our goals pretty much. The Facebook fundraiser, we're creating these kits. They're called COVID kits. So these kits, we're going to build 3,000 of them. They're going to go individually into each nurse's hands in as many hospitals as we can get into. And they'll have masks and gowns and hand sanitizer, alcohol wipes, some gift certificates, and a few other things we're going to throw in just special for them.
Mm-hmm. So Andrea, did you ever expect it to turn into this? I mean, it turned into like a front page story in the local paper.
Yeah.
I don't know if did the Boston TV people come out and talk to you?
Yep, we did a Zoom conference, Bob Ward and I, for Boston 25 News.
Okay.
I was on WGBH as well the other night.
Did you ever say to yourself, who'd have thunk?
Never.
Never.
Ever. You know, I sell real estate. I don't sell, N95 masks. I didn't even know what one was.
But you found out since then?
Yes, I've learned a lot, to tell you the truth.
Okay. So give us kind of a listing of some of the stuff that you've bought, because, many times when people give to big fundraisers, the purchasing of the items that were supposed to be done somehow goes into a big black hole, and nobody ever finds out where it goes. When all the 9/11 stuff, and maybe even the Worcester fire thing from 21 years ago. You're turning this dough around pretty fast, aren't you?
You have to. So, I mean, literally, when anything comes in, it's literally going out the next day, because the demand is, people are just desperate. So, I'm very big on documenting on social media pictures of everything that's coming in, and people can see where their donations are going. So I just put up, I think it was yesterday, we just gave out our 10,000th mask. So we've done 10,000.
Time out.
Yeah.
10,000 masks.
Yep.
And this isn't gone like to Michigan and to Oklahoma. This is stayed locally, huh?
Yeah, this is Central Mass, Metro West, and we've also helped out in Boston. We try to branch out as much as we can. We've gone to the Cape for some things as well. I literally get calls from other states. And obviously we can't help other states. We can barely help Central Mass, but we're doing our best. But yeah, 10,000. I never in my wildest dreams thought we would do that many. We're at almost 4,000 at least of the handmade masks as well. We've done thousands of gowns.
The handmade masks are by people from Central Mass that are doing it and then delivering it to you, and then you're kind of like the distributor, right?
Pretty much. We have an amazing group of women and men that just sew literally from the minute they get up till the minute they go to sleep. They're doing the masks, and actually now the hair caps are needed. So they literally work tirelessly, and they're at least 4,000 that they've already given out.
Okay. So when these products are being delivered to the hospitals and the social service agencies, have you been there for any of the deliveries, and what have been the responses from the people that you're giving this product to, the stuff?
Yeah. So I'm lucky to have
stuff to.
Yeah, I'm lucky to have a great group of volunteers. So I actually give them the opportunity to pick up the stuff at my office and deliver it. So I'm not there for a lot of the deliveries, but I do get the Facebook messages and the emails and the cards that are sent to my house. And I mean, honestly, it's all just gratitude. And, people just come and, they're desperate and they're begging for anything that we can supply them with. So, when we're able to come through, there's a big relief on their end.
Mm. And you know what? It may sound like this is kind of a wrap-up call, but we're still in the midst of it. I know that the stay-at-home period has been extended by 2 more weeks in Massachusetts, so
Yeah.
there's still a need for it. If people want to continue to donate, where are the places that they can go to donate?
Yeah, so if you just go to GoFundMe and you put in Andrea Castinetti, you'll see our GoFundMe for the PPE equipment. And then if you go on Facebook, we have a fundraiser going for those COVID kits. Or they can always just message and donate to my nonprofit, the Kindness Coalition of Massachusetts Direct.
Okay. Have any of the needs changed since day one? I know you said you're looking at hair.
Hair caps and gowns. People are desperately waiting. So I have 3,000 gowns coming in at the end of the week, and literally the minute they come in, they're going right back out. So, our goal is just to keep raising money and keep getting them what they need because, unfortunately, the state isn't stepping in to give them what these people need.
So once again, the private sector comes in to supplement the needs, and the beauty of this whole thing, in my opinion, is that it is benefiting the people who are donating. I mean, it could be your family member that is waiting to get into UMass or St. Vincent or even the local, medical clinics that are around. And it seems as though you've touched just about everybody in the area.
Yeah, nursing homes are being hit really hard right now too. So we're trying to focus on them as well. Before we do disconnect, I do want to say thank you to the Concord Insurance Group. They just donated $5,000 to us the other day. So, $5,000 is really a godsend right now, and that can go a long way.
Mm-hmm. We've just got a few minutes more, not a few minutes, but a few seconds more.
Yeah.
Can you mention some of the big people? You know what? And let me rephrase that. Some of the companies that have donated maybe large amounts of money, but it really is large numbers of people donating what they can, really, that's making this, right? It's not the $10,000 gifts. It's the 20s and 50s and 10s and 5s.
Yeah, and that's what I always say. As far as big donors go, Concord Insurance is the biggest donor that we've had, but we've had thousands of smaller donors, and literally, I say every dollar counts. So if you have an extra $5 to spare, if all of my 5,000 Facebook friends donated $5, I mean, imagine what I could do with that. So it doesn't have to be big.
Any stories that notes or stories that have developed since this time that have almost brought you to tears, or at least touched your heart?
Yeah, I mean, literally every email I get brings you to tears. And, you see people being discharged, or you get the emails from parents whose, son or daughter's on the front line and they're begging for anything that we can give them to keep their kids safe. And, it's just a desperate time, and people feel helpless because they don't know what to do. So, I'm lucky that I'm trying to create an avenue for people to, donate and get these in the hands of these men and women that are really being beyond courageous and facing this head on.
Great. Hey, we want to thank you so much. We are just about at the end of people's short attention span, and including our own.
Exactly.
So, with that being said, Andrea Castinetti has been our guest. And Andrea, give us one more time the place that people can donate to, can go to donate to your cause.
Yeah, so a few things. If you want to be in our group on Facebook, just search Coronavirus Quarantine, Shrewsbury, Mass. Or you can find us on GoFundMe under Andrea Castinetti, or under Facebook fundraisers, you'll see COVID kits.
Okay. And with that, we say, keep donating, folks. Keep the faith, and bad things come. When there are bad things, good things come of it when you really think the right things to do. And Andrea is certainly doing that. And we want to thank you.
Thanks for having me.